Greetings. In this video, I'm going to talk about the future tense construction in Hungarian, particularly this word fogni as the infinitive, so fogo, fox, and so on, conjugated in different persons. This helping word is used to create the future tense in Hungarian. Alright, so the usual construction is you conjugate the will word, just like we do in many other European languages, plus you also put into that same sentence the infinitive of the verb, that is by this helping verb, other second helping verb, taken into the future tense. So let's say I will be showing this with menni, which means to go. It means to go, menni. And now if I want to start conjugating it for future tense for different persons, that means I will go, you will go, and so on. It will work very similarly for each person, just having to conjugate the helping, follow, fox, and so on slightly differently for each person to show, because the word I or you doesn't always appear in the sentence, doesn't have to, and mostly does not appear in the case of doing such an expression where you say I will go, you will just say will go, but because the will is conjugated in a way that it shows it is I, connected to I, therefore, you don't have to say or use the particular pronoun you. Alright? So the idea is that we'll be using menni, and to menni I will just be adding this helpful grammar word that will take it into future tense. Alright, so there's two ways to conjugate this word for all the persons. I'm going to use the more general case. In this case, it's like there's not anything directly meant as connected to it. For example, there's going to be a difference when you're talking about, let's say, buying something in Hungarian. Then the word to buy will be conjugated into slightly different forms, towards the end especially, based on the fact whether if you're talking about generally buying, or if you're talking about like I'm buying that or it, and that it will actually, the fact that there's this it, that this already object pre-meant, it will change the conjugation of the verb. But now I will just use the general case when I'm talking about I will go. I'm not talking about any, I don't know, hidden meant object that is supposed, because in such case the verb for creating future tense will be conjugated slightly differently. So, using the basic scenario and following the basic rule, usually the word order will be as follows. Whatever the sentence is, first of all is the infinitive of the verb that you're taking into future tense, and then after it you use the helping verb that I talked about. So for the person I, it's forgo, right? Forgo, spelled as follows. Menni follow. That means I will go. Why? Because menni means to go is the infinitive basic form, and then forgo is I will. So you say go, I will, in this order, because this is the Hungarian word order. All right. Then this is I will go. Then you will go will be slightly different, but again, because the word that takes it into future tense is this follow, the only thing that will change when you go from I will go to you will go is the follow itself. Many will stay, because many carries on the meaning and is taken into future tense, but the pronoun connected to it is nevertheless carried by the helping verb, not the meaning verb itself. So in this case, the conjugation is fox, right? So many folks is you will go. Why? Because I will is follow, you will is fox. All right? The basic conjugation of this kind of scenario for the third person, either he or she, doesn't matter, is again starting with menni. You see menni at the first place, and then the helping verb taking it into future tense. Again, it's some kind of form of this fog. In the first case was forgot, now it's fox, and in the third case it will be just fog, the shortest of all. Alright, so menni fog is the conjugation for the first person. menni for. He or she will go. Alright, so this is the first one. And then for plural, well, it's still a very similar scenario. It's the very same thing of doing. So we will go again, infinitive of menni, it's just menni, alright? And then use the we will, and we will is for whom, alright? So menni for whom means we will go. Continuing on, you will go in plural tense. Unfortunately, English does no longer have a distinction between you in plural and singular tense. So again, start with menni, and again conjugating the helping verb right here, the for, and attaching something yet different. Before, for we will go, it was, as you see, menni for whom. Now for you will go in plural, it will be menni for dog. Menni for dog. As follows, alright? This dog kind of ending goes very often with plural you and plural you conjugation of words in Hungarian. And then they will go is again very similar, same idea. Again, start with menni, alright? And the helping one again starts with for, but the ending is not in this case. Forgnat is the pronunciation, right? Forgnat. So, just to go over the conjugation of taking the word menni to go into future tense in all these persons, as I said again, the form, fox, forgum, forgnat, can be taken to two different conjugations. This is the first version of conjugation applied to all these 6 cases. There's another one. Namely, for example, for I, it will be instead of forgo, it will be forgo. And it's when there's already some pre-met object, like, I don't know, instead of saying I will buy, you want to say like I will buy it. And then instead of follow, you will use the foregone helping will construction word right here, alright? But in this case, this is general. This is general, and I'm talking about just taking the word to go into future tense without any meant, hidden, I don't know, unexpressed object. Alright? So just to repeat it again. If you want to say I will go, it's menni for go. If you want to say you will go, it's menni fox. If you want to say he will go, it's menni for. If you want to say we will go, menni for whom. If you want to say you all will go in plural, or you will go in plural, it's menni for dog. And they will go, it's menni for dog. Alright? This is the future tense basic showcase in Hungarian.